It's OTR.
Yeah, I mean these for the fight last night.
Who won?
Canelo.
I figured.
He beat the fuck out of him. Like that shit ain't even close. But Triple G need to give it up. He like 40 years old. He looked old as shit last night. Acknowledge me.
You ready?
I am.
Yes, I am.
Yo, we are back. It's your number one crew. We are back. This is Over the Roads Wrestling Podcast. This is your boy JD, aka Mr. Mike Drop.
Yeah, this your boy Jay. I guess I brought back the Mr. Rant. So, hey, aka Mr. Rant.
Hey, this is your boy Trey, aka Treyway.
Oh, so now he's live because we're live. Yes, we are live. We're live on YouTube. We're live on audio. So it's been a little interesting ordeal. You know, we left off last week about the recent pay-per-views, premium live events. Man, it was a wrestling weekend. Now, you know, we're on to some new things. You know, just to recap, you know, if you watch AEW, a lot of people were suspended because of backstage altercation. It's still up in the air what you know some people's fate is.
I mean, I think it's because one, nobody really knows what happened.
Yeah,
like it's very vague on
who really started it.
Exactly what really transpired. Because one hand you got, you know, where it came out that the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega stormed into CM Punk's locker room, which I guess that part is true.
Yeah.
But, you know, the one thing was saying that they were aggressive. Then another thing said that they just went there to talk to CM Punk, and then CM Punk was aggressive, and he took the first shot.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of back and forth. So it's hard. And then, of course, Tony Khan and all of them AEW are quiet.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to avoid it. But you can't really avoid it. You know what I'm saying? They try to put it behind them too quick.
Yeah.
Acknowledge what happened.
Exactly.
As you as the owner, acknowledge what happened. Mm-hmm. Own up to the shit. I did not handle it the way that it was supposed to handle it. I was a scared little bitch. You know, I just stayed in the background. I mean, I'm just saying. But just own up to it. You know, address the elephant in the room and just like, we're gonna move past this, but certain altercations are still, going through investigations or whatnot. You know, it was just like, yeah, the culture backstage is great.
But you also too gotta fault Tony Khan for that, because he
was
sitting next to CM Punk while CM Punk.
And he never tried to cut him off. He let CM Punk cut him off.
I mean, just another thing that shows like why you should never have a fan running the company, you know?
Mm-hmm. He's still going through his growing pains.
Yeah.
Who?
Tony Khan. He's still going through his growing pains. I mean, AEW's only been around for 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, and then this is the first time he's ever had somebody like CM Punk in his company that would do something like that. Everybody else that he's brought in wouldn't act like that. So he's going through his growing pains. Trust me. We all know Vince McMahon went through a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
when he first brought WWE to the masses. So just give Tony Khan, you got to give him some time to figure it out.
All right, well.
Because AEW's not going anywhere for no time soon.
No,
it's not.
He's learning on the job training.
Like EC3 is. You got to change the narrative.
Yeah.
Well, he's trying to change the narrative bad.
Okay, so
speaking of that, the finals for the vacant championship.
Yes, we called it. It is Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson.
Blackpool Combat Club face off.
I think Bryan Danielson's gonna win.
Absolutely.
Well, reports are that Moxley wasn't supposed to be in this tournament. He's supposed to be gone. He's supposed to be on like a month vacation.
Yeah.
So he's definitely gonna lose. And I mean, I love Mox, but they're not gonna put the title on him again
to be a 4-time champion that fast.
Yeah, that fast.
Yeah, no.
And it will be the real championship this time because it's not interim. But
right.
Danielson, everybody's been waiting on him to get the title, so
How long do you think his title reign's gonna be?
I honestly think that he's going to have a long title reign, and the only reason why I say that is because the last couple of title holders, they haven't had it for. Think about it, Cowboy, Hangman, yeah. Didn't he held on to the title for what 2-3 months? 3 months. You know what I'm saying?
It was 3 to 6.
It wasn't 6 months. For the most. Let's just say for the most. And then after that, you got to think about how fast, even though CM Punk did get injured, you know what I mean? He got injured.
But I'm glad that you said that.
Then Moxley had it, dropped the title.
I'm glad that you said that, though. But so, do you feel like Danielson's injury is real? Like with his ankle, do you feel like that he's a little gimpy?
I think that his injury.
He's always injured.
I think that his injury is real, but you got to think about AEW. In the way that AEW is, right? They only have the big pay-per-views every so many months.
They got the new one coming up, the Grand Slam.
Yeah. So I mean, even if he does wrestle, he wins, gets the title back.
MJF catching that chip in.
He probably is. But I'm just
that's
thinking
why
like
Danielson's not going to have a long reign.
I'm just thinking that he doesn't really have to defend the title. You know what I mean? Right away, like it gives him a little bit of time to, because he's gonna have a week or two where he's gonna be nothing but promos. You know what I'm saying? So
with MJF,
yeah.
Well, if MJF catches in, I kind of got MJF on winning it. I don't.
Do y'all really think that MJF really deserves to be champion after the way he went off script and everything that he's done?
Well, you believe that it was real?
Do I believe that it was real?
Mm-hmm. Because if you don't believe that it's real, then yes, I believe that he deserves to be champion.
I believe that.
It was real.
I believe that it was real. I believe that he did go off script. I do think that they did a better job than WWE did of playing it up. You know what I mean? Let him go away for a little bit, then bring him back. I mean, give him a title shot, okay, but actually let him win the championship.
I think so. I almost
you still think it's too early?
I almost kind of think it's guaranteed in his new contract.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be, but it never says it's guaranteed right away.
No, but that was the reason behind him going off script.
Yeah,
because he wasn't getting that shot.
Because look at who's fighting for the championship. 2 former WWE people, which was his whole beef.
Yeah.
I kind of think that, okay, this is my opinion, right? If this was off script and this whole thing was real, I kind of think that putting the championship on him is going to be a disaster for AEW.
I don't think it's going to be, well,
why
could.
Why a disaster?
But I think that it's going to be a disaster.
Set a bad precedent.
That, and then also, too, I think this is going to be the face of your company now. And then, you know, to me, he's in a too unpredictable state.
I think with this is that putting a title on him is almost like Tony Khan
making amends.
No, he's trying to fix a double F up that he made. One with the CM Punk catastrophe, and then previously MJF's catastrophe, which led him to call him a mark. I think he's trying to mend too many bridges, and that's going to be one of his bridges that he feel like he's going to mend is giving him a title, which is going to backfire.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's the boss.
Yeah, I would love to see MJF take that title and leave.
Backfire.
I would love MJF to take that title and hit a CM Punk and walk out. I would love to see it.
Backfire, man.
I would love to see that.
I think having MJF as the top of the division, the face of the company, I think that, I don't know, man. I kind of feel like he's a bad apple. Like, you know what I'm saying? What they say, he's the fox in the hen house.
I mean, he is the heel.
So what are you trying to say? Like, should they release him? Like, what do you mean? Like, what is happening here?
Release Punk. But I just want to see. I'm on a part where I want to see it backfire in not the business aspect, but in Tony Khan's face, because honestly, it's not you that's holding this company together. It's your EVPs that's holding this company together. Yeah. Your EVPs are out recruiting the people that you want. What you thought was best for business is all these ex-WWE superstars is being released, I'm going to go ahead and grab them now to try to overpopulate my business. No, you could have worked with all these independent and indies wrestlers, giving them a fair shot, but you wanted to go ahead and throw this competition out real quick. That was never Kenny Omega or the Bucks' idea of starting a company. It was like, I want to bring all the people who's on the sideline into this business, give them a fair shot, get them publicized and everything like that. So then if they do want to make the decision to go on to bigger and better things, they can.
I got your back, Tony. Shit, man.
Anyway, no, okay, all right. So here's my thing.
I got your back.
I don't say fire him, but okay. Right now, the way I see it going, all right, MJF is giving off the characteristics of CM Punk. The one person that he's been raving about and talking about and all this other kind
that's what made the feud great.
Okay, I get that.
Younger Punk.
But look at the headache that Punk and the reputation that CM Punk has.
But Punk is an ornery old man.
Punk was like that when he was before, though. He had a reputation in WWE of being hard to work with. He had the reputation of being unpredictable. You know what I mean? Repeated times of threatening and walking out of the company and stuff like that.
You can't let CM Punk's sins come on to MJF.
All right, okay. I'm just saying, though, if he's already showing these traits now, imagine how it'll be once he becomes the face of the company. Yeah. You see
if he starts acting wild, then take it off of him.
Yeah, but you're still creating a monster.
If the rumors are true and he's leaving in 2024, who cares?
I'm for MJF winning, right? I'm for that. I want to see it, right? I think it would be good because you want the most dynamic heel in the business right now winning that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, how much longer can he go without getting it?
Right.
Or at least fighting for it.
It's too many. It's a lot of faces now in AEW. You look at it, right? Compared to heels, there's a lot of faces. It's a lot. But MJF, I think that you pull in so many more talent to compete for that title.
I get what you're saying.
With Moxley and Danielson, it'll be the same way. It's very, very competitive with him. Moxley's like, I got to put somebody big who's
here's the issue that I have. There's the only issue that I have with MJF, and I know I'm about to hear it from you. I'm getting ready for it, okay? But just hear me out, okay?
Okay.
MJF is one-dimensional. He's only able to be a heel. Could you see MJF as a face?
I could.
No.
It wouldn't
sit right. It wouldn't sit. You know I'm right.
Every great face starts out as a great heel.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
Really? Because John Cena was a great face and he was never a heel.
He was a heel when he first came out.
The Thugonomics wasn't really heel. It was heel-ish, heel-esque, but he wasn't really a heel.
I said what I said.
when John Cena was in the Thugonomic stage, he was floating that thin line, but he was never a heel.
No, when he was beefing with the Undertaker, when he was in the graveyard, he was a heel.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Look who he was going against, right? And you always gotta put that on.
That's just one.
But you gotta put that on the table. Like, if you're a heel but you're beloved, that doesn't make you a heel. That makes you neutral. If you're a heel and you're hated, you're a heel. Like,
can you see MJF as a face?
That's like asking me, can I see the Miz?
Do you, or not even as MJF as a face? Do you think that MJF could get over as a face?
He's over now.
He almost did.
He's over now.
He's over now as a heel.
They're cheering for him like a face.
No, they're cheering for him like a heel.
No, they're not.
You always have that one heel. The one thing I always say about it, you always have that one heel that people will cheer for no matter what.
I don't think his stint as a face would be as strong as it is as a heel.
I don't think
he could still. But I'm saying
he could pull it off.
That he could carry the AEW championship as a face.
He doesn't have to pull it off as a face. Do it as a face.
I'm asking. No. Do you think that he could carry the AEW championship as a face?
Currently, right now, probably not. He's only 25. Like when he's 30, maybe. Like damn, you acting like he's only gonna have a 2-year run in wrestling.
I'm just basing it off of what I see.
But he won't be a face right now.
I'm just saying, currently what I see right now, he's just one dimensional, and I can't really see him playing a face. The thing
but
about
why is it being a face even coming up?
It's the same thing with The Miz, though. The Miz is one dimensional. The Miz, when he was a face, did not work. That's why he quickly went back to heel.
We're gonna have to stop this. Why we keep comparing him to The Miz?
I'm not
because they have the same.
They have a similar style.
They really have a similar dynamic.
Style. What do you mean?
They're best at promos. They're not good at wrestling.
You don't think MJF is a good wrestler?
He's mid.
They're best at promos. They're not best at wrestling.
The Miz is definitely mid at wrestling.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to know why I keep bringing him up.
Because MJF is mid when it comes down to wrestling.
Why does it keep bringing it up? Because the characteristic, it was actually put out there in the atmosphere that you are so similar to this man.
They are similar. As much as you
it's a promo, they was talking shit.
But it's the truth, though.
Okay, so anybody can talk shit, like, and you bring that up, does it not make you look at it in that aspect? Like,
yes.
It makes you look at it. But that doesn't mean that just because they say it means that it's true.
I never said it was true, but what I'm saying is that they have similar in their styles. If you look at the Miz's style, you look at MJF's style, they have similarities. Their traits are similar. The way that they cut their promos, the way that they talk.
We're not saying that he's
the way that they are a heel is similar.
It fits them right now.
Look, he can't even say anything because he's not right.
It fits them right
no,
now.
because you're making my head hurt.
That's why your head hurts, but you know right.
I don't know you're right.
At this point in at this stage of his career, it best fits him to be a heel.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
it almost like when he first came back, I was like, it could work. Against CM Punk, it would work with him being a face.
It still wouldn't work. I don't.
No. It would have worked with CM Punk being the face. Well, with MJF being the face and CM Punk being the heel, it would have perfectly worked. He would have got so over as a face if CM Punk was still champion.
All right.
I guess we'll never know.
Well, I guess we'll find out maybe later on in the future.
But all right,
in the future, that's one thing.
Let's get on to this top 20.
Oh yeah.
Top performer of the year. Top performers of the year.
Are we going through the whole list of them?
Nah. We probably going to do top 5.
He's going to do notables.
Okay.
Yeah. So, who came up with this list?
Who came up with
this Pro
list?
Wrestling Illustrated. So, these, all right, so some honorable mentions before we do the top 5. Number 20 is Drew McIntyre. Number 19, Kenny Omega.
I think that Drew McIntyre should have been a little bit higher up that list.
Me
But
too.
okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Number 16, MJF. Shout out to Max. Seth Rollins is number 17.
What?
Yeah. Y'all heard that right?
What?
I can see that.
No.
Is this top 20 like currently wrestling?
Yeah.
This is the top 20 from that list.
I don't think Seth Rollins should have been.
They got Moxley at 12. Big E at 9.
Who?
Danielson at 7. And Cody at 6.
What? Okay. Who can I see?
So before we go into the top 5,
I kind of agree with
what do
you.
y'all got?
I kind of agree with that.
Okay, so I was literally about to read right now. So
Cody set you off?
You put Cody,
Yeah.
who had maybe 4 matches.
He was the hottest thing in wrestling.
Fuck that. You put him over the person who put you over in WWE?
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
You agree that he's higher than Seth Rollins?
Not just higher.
I
higher.
agree. He's higher than Seth Rollins.
Why?
Okay, because if you talk about current and you talk about the noise that he's making currently.
No. We're not talking about noise. We're talking about top performer of 2022. He is a better top performer than Seth Rollins. He didn't even wrestle the full year of 2022. Seth Rollins went a whole year, no injuries, on every pay-per-view, on every freaking show.
All right, I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But
I get the fan appeal.
Y'all gonna hate me because I'm gonna keep using this word. But I'm sorry, but Seth Rollins has been pretty much one-dimensional for all of 2022.
because of his gimmick?
Yes.
You're talking about the person that brought back the past to face Roman Reigns and played the most mind games?
I get what you're saying,
bro.
What I'm saying
got edge to bring back the Brood.
Come on, man. No. Like top 10, Seth Rollins should have been in. Off gate.
Yeah, I actually don't agree with him.
Off gate.
Number 17.
Off gate. No,
I
don't agree with him being 17.
I know I'm riding for MJF, but he shouldn't be lower than MJF.
I don't agree with him being 17. But when we're talking about Cody Rhodes being ranked
6
versus him, I mean, I would have gave.
Okay, I would have gave him a 6-7. They had to be back to back.
I agree with that.
They would have had to be back to back.
Agree with that,
There's no way that you could put a freaking 10-person gap in between them.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Seth Rollins should not have been 17.
Come on, man. Look how, and this is just before Cody got injured. Look how Seth Rollins made Cody's comeback what it is. Mind you, Cody's comeback was going to be big anyway, but with the help of Seth Rollins, that jump was dynamic.
It was.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
That's true.
That is true.
Okay.
Right.
I got that out my system.
Right.
I'm good.
So we're going to go.
Woo, that struck a nerve, man.
So we're going to go do top 5, but we're going to go 5 to 1.
All right.
So number 5, your U.S. champion, Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
Number 4.
I'm going to keep my comment.
Number 4.
Uh-huh.
Cowboy, Hangman Adam Page.
What? Wait, no, time out. I can't do it anymore. Time out. Stop.
So which one are you going to do? Lashley or Hangman?
Both.
No, I'll let Lashley go. All right, Lashley.
He got his eyebrows. He got his title. He's top 5.
Because I actually like the new version of Lashley that's been coming out lately. So, but what in the fuck is going on here? Okay.
Why is
First
Hangman
of all,
number 4?
how is Hangman
Danielson's number 7.
number 4? Danielson number 7.
Moxley 12.
Moxley 12. Seth Rollins 17. And as much as I hate saying this, MJF.
Mm-hmm.
I said this since Hangman has come back. I said that he's been mid. Like his championship run, like his AEW title run, was mediocre.
Yeah,
honestly, like it was so bad that
he only had one really good feud, and that was with Kenny.
That was it.
I mean, technically,
and that was still okay.
Well, in hindsight, his feud with CM Punk is what sparked all this. I was currently going on, so
you know what?
You can honestly say that feud was good too.
The rest of this top 20 list, like I don't even care for. After you put him in that position,
and this is what I really want to know. Like
I did raise my eyebrows when I saw Hangman was
when you're okay. That's the thing. Like people who are making these lists, right?
You think they're doing this for shotgun?
This is biased. Yes.
What? Yes. What?
Yes.
Like really? What are you watching? What are you watching?
I think every once in a while during this top 20, they threw certain superstars in certain areas to create a reaction. Seth Rollins at 17 had to create a reaction. They knew that was going to create a reaction. Hangman at number 4, they knew it was going to create a reaction.
I don't understand how Moxley could be 12 and he literally just lost the title.
And then as much, okay, I hate saying this because I love Big E.
Why is he number 9?
But Big E at number 9. I mean, his title run
was mid. It was Reggie.
Yeah, it was. Really was.
And this is the thing. Big E's title run was more so in 2021 than it was in 2022. So that's what I'm getting. Like a lot of these people that are on this top 20, like even Drew McIntyre, I was like, well, yeah, that kind of makes sense why he's low because his more like stardom was in 2021.
That's true.
It wasn't really.
If it was during the peak of his title reign, then I can understand.
Yeah.
But like now, all right.
Hey, honestly, since we talking about doing stuff for the views or the clicks or whatever, I'm surprised Brock ain't on this list. At least top 20. I'm surprised.
Because everybody's over Brock.
And that's the thing. His feud with Roman, like that had you at the top performer because that was the most we seen him wrestling.
That would be like putting Goldberg on that list.
Oh hell no!
And the fact that Brock did business and put him over each time and didn't make a fuss about it.
No,
which rumors are that he's been known to do that. Like remember when he had that WrestleMania match against Ambrose?
Yeah.
And the reason it went the way it did because he didn't want to fight him.
Yep.
So Brock has been known to like pull some stuff like that. All right, so top 3. CM Punk number 3. That's fair.
I still don't think that's fair. But okay.
Okada from New Japan.
Okay.
He gets overlooked a lot because a lot of people don't really look at Japan.
Yeah.
That's fair. And then, of course, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns at number 1, which is a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer. Okay, I agree with...
Is Roman Reigns one-dimensional?
No. Hell no, because you got to think about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has played a face. Roman Reigns has played the heel several times with the Shield.
He ain't been a face in 2 years.
No, he hasn't been a face in 2 years. But I'm sorry. Listen, 700 plus days. That's all you gotta say. He deserves to be number one. It don't matter if he's playing heel, face, comedian, whatever it is.
But hold on.
700.
Hold on.
700
I gotta
plus
get him on this. How you gonna say Seth Rollins is one dimensional with what he's been doing over the last 2 years? But then you saying Roman ain't one dimensional? He's been playing the same character for the last 2 years.
Well, this is
700 plus days.
Well, this is the thing.
That don't make him not one dimensional.
Because if he would have dropped that championship, I guarantee you that he wouldn't have been the tribal chief for that much longer.
So this is
He's supposed to be tribal chief once he drops the title and faces The Rock.
This is the thing. And when it comes down to Roman, right? And the reason why he's number one is when he came back as a heel, he was solo.
Yeah,
He fought his own family to maintain that top rank, right? It was, and you're looking at a performer. So he actually sacrificed really beating down his own family to be at this high standard. Then you psychologically get them to be with you, and you pretty much put them over the biggest over of their career.
With Paul Heyman,
hold on. Outside of all of that, right? Because those are valid points. I'm gonna give you the main reason, in my opinion, why I say I agree with him being number one, and it's not just because of the 700 days. Think about it this way, okay? Ever since Roman Reigns came back and won the WWE or the Universal Champion, this was before he unified them, won the Universal Championship. He has successfully, and it wasn't until recent, but majority of his matches, he successfully defended that championship by himself with no help.
True. Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been until the last 3 pay-per-views is when the Usos have been getting involved lately, and that was after he already.
That's after he unified.
Once he unified it.
Yeah.
But up until then,
it's
been Roman Reigns by himself.
It really didn't start until he started feuding with Brock again.
But think about it. Out of the 3 times he faced Brock Lesnar, he beat him twice clean.
Yeah, he did.
It was only just until this third match at Extreme Rules when he beat Brock Lesnar SummerSlam.
Yeah, he beat Edge clean.
He
beat Rollins clean.
I mean, he beat Kevin Owens 3 different times clean.
Yeah,
Roman Reigns deserves to be number one.
Yeah,
and that's that reason. Now, I'm sorry, I don't think CM Punk should be number 3. I feel like CM Punk should have been more. He should have been top 10. I say 7, 6, somewhere around that range, right?
So if you're taking him and Hangman 3 and 4 out of the top 5, who you putting in the top 5?
Moxley and Seth.
I'll go with that. Moxley and Seth. I will put Seth at
for 2022.
I will put
Moxley and Seth.
I will put Seth at number 5, and I will put Moxley at 4. And the only reason why I put Moxley at 4
Lashley is 3
is because
no.
So
I'll put Moxley at 3, Rollins at 4, Cody at 5, Lashley at 6.
Cody at 5.
Lashley at 6.
If it was 2021, maybe, but 2022, I think I would have Cody out of the top 5.
I guess the reason why some may have question marks about Lashley is because Lashley, he's been overlooked. Because, those mid-card titles in WWE get overlooked all the time.
And I'm tired of that, saying that
get
that's
overlooked.
the title of Raw.
Yeah, but you got to think about it, though. If we're talking about mid-cards being overlooked, then there's so many other wrestlers, in my opinion, that could have made that top 10. Not top 5, but could have made top 10 easily.
And I think another thing that goes towards Roman being number 1 is because even though we've had champions like Moxley and Punk and Kenny and all that for AEW, no one in AEW has elevated the championship the way Roman has for the Universal,
right?
And then especially when he got both titles.
Yeah.
Hold on. The question is, has Lashley done anything with that U.S. title to make it special?
No. Nothing.
And that's not a dig at Lashley.
It's not a dig at him, but
it's true though, because Gunther, Like, I forgot that he was even the IC champion.
Yeah.
It wasn't until just recent where I was just like, okay.
Sheamus,
Yeah.
But and then also too, like, I just can't believe that Randy Orton's not in the top 20.
Well,
Because look at the year that he had. Even though yes,
that
it
means
was
that
with
Riddle
Matt,
should
be in top 22.
Yes. Oh,
And then the Street Profits, in my opinion, should have been in the top.
They didn't have any tag teams because then you could say the Usos.
I know.
And then you could say Sammy Guevara. Then you could say Darby Allin. Like, you're talking about people who really showcase.
What's your word? Nerfing or whatever they could. Nerfing Darby.
But you think like though, when you look at what he did especially at the beginning of 2022, that man was on fire.
Yeah.
He was on fire.
But ever since he lost to CM Punk at All Out, I ain't really been seeing much from Darby.
Listen, I say it and I'll continue to say it. These things are created to create controversy and to make us talk about it.
Yeah,
because they know that with that ranking system that they just gave out, that it was going to create talk.
The only thing that was not controversial was the number one.
Yeah.
And literally that's
well, I mean, you got some people out there that would try to argue the controversy over that number one ranking.
Yeah.
Which, in my opinion, there's nobody.
I'll say, who would you put there, though?
Yeah.
Unless you're going to put Okada at number one. And he's not even the champ in New Japan. It's still Jay White.
Mm-hmm.
But since
Jay White's not even in this top 10. I mean, this top 20. They got Adam Cole.
But since we're talking about rankings, okay, I got another one for you that I wanted to discuss, all right?
Okay.
So, Dave Meltzer, whatever. I don't care.
Hey, you might work with this guy one day.
I know, right? I'm sorry, Dave. I'm bad with names. But he put out his... Now, this is the only top 5 or 5-star ratings, okay, when it comes down to WWE matches. All right? And there are 5 matches that he has given 5 stars. Okay. Now, out of these 5 matches, I agree with 2 of them. 3, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. But there are 2 to me that are kind of like
on the fence.
Yeah, one of them I'm definitely on the fence with. I'm like, 5 stars, a great match, but a 5-star match. And then there's some matches like we talked about a little bit earlier that I want to kind of discuss that should have been on this list for a 5-star match. All right, but his 5-star matches, and there's 5 of them. So the first one is Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon, 1994.
I agree.
Okay. 5 stars.
I agree
with this 100%.
Yeah.
That Intercontinental Championship match was one of the best, and it will always go down in history as one of the best. And I kind of think that it's really one of the matches that really set the tone for the Intercontinental Championship and how distinguished it was supposed to be.
That's when the Intercontinental title meant something.
It meant something. That's when the Intercontinental title was a stepping stone, and you knew if you won the Intercontinental Championship, you were on your way to the WWF Championship.
Back in the day, back in the day, if you had won the Intercontinental title, it was only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time. If you think about it, when we was watching wrestling,
look at the previous champions.
We watched people win and even when they incorporated the United States Championship, we watched people win the Intercontinental Championship, and then we knew, okay, it's only a matter of time that they were going to be put into the WWF Championship picture, and then somehow, some way, they would lose that Intercontinental Championship match, and then they would turn around and have a WWE Championship match, and then most likely they won.
It was like a ranking system. It was tag team.
It was a ranking system.
Tag team at the time. It was probably like it wasn't really US, but
it was European.
It was European,
and I feel like they need to get back to that because the mid-card division is in shambles.
Yeah,
and what I say, they constantly put the United States and the Intercontinental Championship on people who previously held WWE championships.
Yeah. And that's why I understand why that upsets you. Because, and then, like, you take a person like Lashley.
Yeah.
Who had a pretty decent title reign as WWE champion. Then you put him back in the mid-card, have him do the U.S., win the U.S., but then he's doing nothing. Like what he was doing when he had the World Championship. Yeah. I'm not saying that he needs to main event events, but he needs to have better storylines, better opponents. Like, who is he even feuding with right now?
The last feud it was Tommaso Ciampa. Now he's feuding with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins has
and they're
US
probably
title.
he's probably going to lose it to Rollins.
Yeah,
he probably is going another ex WWE champion.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, we'll get to that. That's a whole other topic on its own. All right, so the next 5-star match, and I agree with this one, is Bret Hart versus Owen Hart, 1994.
absolutely.
Yeah.
5-star match.
That's not just
There's no denying that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is the one for me that's controversial. I can see it, and I can kind of maybe 4.5, 5 stars. I don't know, but Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, 1997.
The one where Stone Cold passed out.
I believe so.
Is
This
that
the one with
sharpshooter?
WrestleMania 13.
Yeah. This is the one where Stone Cold won his championship.
No,
right?
he lost.
He lost.
He lost.
So
He passed out in the sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm.
do you think that's a 5-star match?
Mm-hmm. I definitely could put 2 matches above that.
I don't think it's a
At the
5-star
time,
match.
maybe, but when you're talking about overall,
Even at the time, because this is 1997, and I have to go back and I have to recap, but I know that there are matches like when I think about 5-star match, this didn't even come to mind until I saw this, and then I was like,
I'd have to go back and rewatch it.
I think I have to go back and rewatch it too because I want to see where the 5 stars come from. I don't really 100% agree with this, but
Because when he does this, because I have no idea how he decides this. Does he factor in the story that goes with the match? Is it just the match, or is it like?
I don't think he factors the story that goes into this is top 5-star match. So I think it's all about the match.
Okay.
Because
they told a great story during the match. Because him and the feud that he had with Stone Cold was pretty good.
The feud was good. I just don't think that the match was in itself was a 5-star match. That's the one that I told you there was one that kind of was on the scale of iffy for me. Now this one, I don't agree with. It was a freaking fantastic match. It was great. I don't think that it was 5 stars. And I think the only reason why he's giving it a 5-star match is just because of the pop that it got. But Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes, 2022, the WrestleMania Cody Rhodes return. Do you think that was a 5-star match? No.
Yeah, it was definitely a solid 4.
It was definitely solid 4.
Great match, but all
great
matches.
You want to know?
match.
You want to know what killed it for me?
What?
It went on too long.
You think so?
That's what
It
stopped
did
it.
go-
From,
it did
a
go-
long
it did
ass-
go
that's
on
what
a
stopped
lot.
it from being a 5.
I think
Okay.
I think we texted each other like, yo, this match is
Cody-
over. Wow.
Cody literally did 6 finishers and still didn't win.
He really did.
That I was just like, yeah, you hit the Cody Cutter, you hit the
That's-
Super Cody Cutter,
yeah.
you hit the Crossroads like 2 or 3 times. Like, I was just like, all right, it's too long.
What was you saying? The Hell in a Cell match they had was better.
Yeah,
And I think
and that
that's-
was with a torn pec.
That was torn pec.
And he hit the pedigree.
And I
Yes.
think that's the reason why, like, when they talk about how, a lot of these wrestlers, they just look for cheap pops. It's kick out. Nobody really sells anymore because they want the pop.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they got a cheap pop, but I think that the reason why he gave this a 5-star was because of the pop that it got of the return of Cody Rhodes.
Mhm.
Right? The
Now,
match
if you
in
want to say
itself.
it's a 5-star return.
That's what I was going to say. Now,
I
you
can
said
do that.
one of the greatest returns. Yes. I would put that 5-star greatest return of all time.
Yeah.
To me, I would have loved to see Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. That was a 5-star.
Or
match.
even Undertaker versus Triple H.
Which one? First one or second one?
Second.
The one with Shawn Michaels as the referee.
5-star.
5-star.
I gave that 5-star.
Because that was in Hell in a Cell.
I would have even thrown it. I can't even do it. Dang it. I can't even do it. I was gonna throw in the greatest wrestling match ever.
Shut up, man.
But the funny thing, I was going to be like, what about one of those Edge versus Cena matches?
There's several that you can think of.
Several.
Several. I mean, we're talking about
Several.
last man standing match. Oh, I got one for y'all. This, in my opinion, this match was 5-star, and it definitely deserves to be on this list. Kurt Angle versus Shane McMahon.
Oh yeah,
That was a 5-star match.
you talking about the
We throw him through the
we threw him
Was
through
it
the
No
glass.
Mercy or
The
something
No
like that?
Mercy,
Yeah.
the false count anywhere or whatever
Yes.
it was, last man standing match or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Talk about last man match. John Cena in his last man standing matches with Randy Orton.
Yeah.
There was 1 or 2 of those that could have been a top 5.
Randy
match.
Orton versus Triple H.
Oh God, yes. I mean, Triple H had several matches too himself that were, in my opinion, 5 stars.
What about The Rock versus Stone Cold?
What about The Rock versus Hulk Hogan?
That was 4.5.
That was more about the story.
Yeah, that was
the
the name itself just gave it its rep. Icon versus icon.
Yeah.
Like,
that was the match was good. Though.
Yes, absolutely.
But I'm just saying, I think I understand why he put Seth and Cody in this 5-star realm, but
Brock versus Undertaker. The streak. Yeah.
But the match
But
was
again,
okay.
that was because of the story. That wasn't really because of the match.
The match was all right.
The match.
It was more of the
like
1, 2, 3.
Undertaker got concussed like halfway through the match.
Yeah.
True.
But I mean, I'm just saying, just in this setting right now, and think about all the matches that we're not really thinking about, that if we went back and searched, we'd be like, oh, this match.
Yeah.
So I don't really, okay. Hell, I would have even said fucking Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston.
Oh yeah.
Could have been close to a 5-star with Kofi winning his first title.
You could also throw in or talk about Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold when Stone Cold won the title from him.
Yeah.
With Mike Tyson being involved, that was still a great match, even though HBK was hurt his back.
Shawn Michaels versus Triple H.
Yeah.
When they broke up. When they faked like they was bringing back DX.
Yeah.
Come on, SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm. The story and the match was so good.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then the last one, I think we unanimously agree on this one. I had to go back and watch because after, and I will admit that I was wrong because after our last episode, I was talking a little shit about it, and then I went back and I rewatched it, and I said, "Damn, Sheamus is tough as fuck."
In the words of the great Jim Ross, that shit was a slobber knocker.
I really think that when they do their slammies, that this is going to be match of the year.
Yeah.
When this will receive the award for match of the year. But Sheamus versus Gunther.
And you know what made that even better? Is that it was an Intercontinental Championship match.
Yes. I think so.
We literally just been talking about how the mid-card titles have been getting no respect, and the when it never gives 5-star matches like that. And the Intercontinental Championship match is a 5-star match.
But think about all that we got for this match. Okay, one, this match was held overseas.
Yep.
Right? So you had that electricity from them being over in the United Kingdom.
It was a short-term storyline.
It was a short-term storyline, but then we had
got his group back.
The return of Imperium,
yep.
Right? Which was massive.
Yep.
Right? I think this was Sheamus' transition from heel to face with the Brawling Brutes. Mm-hmm. And I even said, I wonder how this is going to turn out for the Brawling Brutes. You know what I'm saying? And look at it now. They're challenging the Usos for the championship.
Pete Dunne got his gear back.
I think exactly.
What solidified it for me was not only the standoff at the beginning, when their groups are fighting each other and they're just standing there.
Yeah, just
not moving. That gave me chills.
Yeah.
Then at the end, when Sheamus was there just crying in the ring, solidifying his face turn.
His face turn. Yeah. Yep.
Like, Drew McIntyre could never.
I told you.
Bro,
we're not going. Listen.
Okay, no.
We had some technical difficulties with our last episode, right? But I'm sorry. I'm done with Drew. And I feel bad for Drew because
it's WWE's fault.
WWE's fault. They did that.
Yes.
But who the fuck let the Gypsy King thought it was a good idea to let this fool come into the ring and sing a lullaby to Drew McIntyre?
You literally just got screwed out of your championship.
My God.
You're supposed to be furious, but no, because you're not even at home.
Bro,
yeah. And you let Tyson Fury walk his big ass in that ring and start singing "Bye Bye Miss American Pie."
So when I'm watching it, right, and I see the sign of respect between Tyson Fury and Roman, right? So for one, Roman broke kayfabe by doing
that. He did, because I didn't really like that either, but I let it.
I actually liked it.
He broke kayfabe.
I actually liked it because Tyson Fury, in my eyes, can easily be a bad guy.
Yeah,
with like a flip of a switch.
But what I thought is, what should have happened is, Drew should have turned heel and he should have Claymored Tyson Fury.
I thought it was coming. Or I thought Tyson Fury
was
was
gonna
going to
attack Drew.
knock out Drew.
Something.
I thought it
To
was
set
going
up
to be
the match.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be one of that.
Yeah.
But when they started hugging and he was singing, and then Drew started singing, bro, I cut
He was
the TV
already a
off.
face. He did not need to be pacified.
Like what we said, that should have been like a WWE
That should have been
exclusive.
off air.
Yeah,
Off
that
air
should've
type
been
thing.
exclusive.
Like you literally newborn his ass.
Yeah.
That's the most baby face that you could try to put somebody.
That was,
And then they
it was
tried
a
to
bad attempt.
then they tried to fix it because on SmackDown he gonna challenge, he gonna come to the ring and with a chair and attack the Bloodline and then try to fight Solo. Nah, it's over.
It's over.
It's
It was
over.
over. It's a wrap. It was a
He
wrap.
needs a completely new makeover. They ruined him with that.
Yeah,
Bro,
they did.
And that's, and I guess because of the name, they won't bring him back as a Scottish psychopath, but that's why they got rid of the name. But
the only
he
reason,
needs
the
that
only
back.
well, the only way they bring him back is that they turn him heel again.
But
That's the only way.
yeah, but he's not going to get another title shot until they split those titles apart.
No.
So when you think about,
I don't want to see him anywhere near Roman Reigns.
No.
so when you think about this 5-star rating for these 5-star matches, okay, would you say that this is pretty much fair, or do you think
I think it's fair.
it's fair? Minus the 1 or 2 that are kind of like
I mean,
iffy.
yeah.
And even with those, I mean, we saying that they ain't 5, but
You got to think like,
I mean, it's of course this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of people could be sitting over here right now cussing me out, saying, "What you talking about?"
I mean,
Those
but you got to think about it.
matches.
Dave Meltzer is also the same one that gave Kenny Omega versus Okada a 6 stars, and 6 stars ain't even a thing.
Yeah,
he
and it
made
wasn't
that up.
that good of a match. So, honestly.
I don't know. Well,
It was
they
good.
fought like 3 times.
It was good, but it wasn't 6.
One of those matches really was great.
Yeah.
But
all right. So the last thing before we get out of here, there's a press conference. Well, first, Logan Paul invites Roman on Impulsive,
yes,
his podcast.
I already knew what was going to happen.
Which was great.
Roman broke kayfabe.
He broke kayfabe.
But see, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
no,
That
it was
a
okay, though.
That was a reason for him to break it.
Yeah,
Though.
it was
I
okay.
think it was good for Roman
Yes.
to break it.
Yeah.
Because I think that we really got to see
He's still the same person.
the deeper outside of wrestling. type
Logan
Roman.
wasn't a wrestler at that time.
Yeah.
He was regular Logan Paul.
Right. So it was cool. Which then led to, after Roman left, yeah, he just went into this.
He went to promo mode.
He went into
Logan went
promo
to
mode.
Logan. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
I can take this guy.
which set up a press conference for Crown Jewel.
Well, before the press conference.
Oh no,
We
he
gotta
came
talk
on
about-
SmackDown.
We got to talk about SmackDown.
Came on SmackDown. We got the return of the mic man himself, Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
And Logan Paul, he actually calls. He brings a lot of what ifs. What if he challenges Roman Reigns?
What if-
What if he dethrones the head of the table? What if he becomes Universal Champion?
And I had to give it to Logan because remember we were talking about his promos.
Mm-hmm.
And we talking about how he's like on the verge, like he needs a little bit of work, right? And then he comes out and then he cuts that promo, and I was sitting back and I was like, "Damn, Logan, okay, all right." Because I have to say, I have all respect for Logan because he puts in the work. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Well, if
Like
you-
his in-ring skills.
well,
if he did that shit full time,
if you
this
paid,
guy's a
if
legend.
you paid attention to Impulsive, you could kind of get the take that Roman and Paul Heyman have been helping him.
Yeah.
You could get that, like he's been talking to him about
Yeah.
about what he could do as far as his progression. Because you gotta look at Roman since he became heel, like his promo skills have gotten.
Roman was awful.
Ever
with his
since John
promos.
Cena got on him.
Yeah. And then they put him with Paul Heyman.
But he did great by not letting Paul Heyman be the controlling mic man.
No, he
You know what I'm saying?
didn't do a Brock Lesnar.
No.
So, but now like I said, the promo that he cut was great.
Yeah.
I think the response from the Usos, and I don't know how long this shit's gonna last with damn
Solo?
No, Sammy. But
Solo likes Sammy.
Solo like Sammy
He
and
sacrificed himself.
and Jay likes Sammy. But
Jay-
Jimmy
No, Jimmy likes
Jimmy
him.
likes Sammy.
Jimmy and Solo like Sammy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sammy sacrificed himself for Solo, and then he brought him out to the ring like, Sammy, you coming?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he told Jay, he said, "Yo, Jay,
You been messing up.
you was off your game today. Sammy,
Yeah.
you coming." All right, so And before we really get into this, I just want to say it's been a lot of people that like, they'll play out the video games and stuff like that. One of the video game playouts was that Solo is actually going to be the one to dethrone Roman.
Low key, if they really wanted to go that route, I could see that.
Yeah.
Like he had his own,
come from within.
He had his own motives.
Like the baby brother steps up to become head of the table. I could see them playing that angle later.
And then it puts like, but Jay is still with Roman, Jimmy is with Solo, and it's just like,
But you want to know, honestly, what I see that's really going to happen? I see that Solo is going to take more of a role next to the head of the table.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to start to create a little bit of rift between
him and
Jimmy and Jay.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy not so much, but Jay has always been the right hand man.
I think it's going to be both of them. I think it's going to be the both of them. Because they're the Usos and they roll together. And whatever they do together.
True.
Right? So I kind of see Solo coming in. And yeah, that's blood and everything like that. But he's still the new person in the group. And then I think that Roman, because the way that he saved Roman, I kind of feel like Roman is going to give him more of a, hey, you by my side type thing.
Hey, as you see, when he was introduced, he was in the front.
Yeah. So
he was in the front.
I don't know. And then also, what do you think about them like throwing the North American Championship on him so suddenly?
I have a few thoughts.
Also wanted to ask y'all about that too.
Okay, go ahead with your thoughts.
So what we doing with Melo?
Melo coming up,
okay.
or he's gonna be fighting Braun Breaker.
Him and Trick.
I think he's probably gonna become NXT champion soon.
Okay, because
Melo money.
Yeah.
Even though it was used before, like it was Melo is money, and now Melo is money.
And then, it goes to show how this really is a new era because Vince McMahon would never have a person from his main roster go down, win that title, and then come back up and defend it on the TV, on main roster TV.
I'm glad you pointed that out because this is my opinion. I don't think the North American Championship is going to be going back to NXT.
No.
I think they just turned that into a main card.
Their third mid-card title.
I think they really kind of like how back when they used to have the cruiserweight belt with
the Intercontinental and the European.
I think they kind of just did that.
And if you notice when they speak about the Bloodline, they say the Bloodline got all the gold.
Yes, including
the
North because they never acknowledge any type of NXT championship on the main roster.
Even when Dolph Ziggler won the NXT title from Braun Breaker, it wasn't treated like North American.
Yeah, I kind of think the North American Championship is on the main roster to stay. Just me. I don't know how true it is, but I kind of feel.
So does that mean you think so then they're just going to replace it in NXT with something else?
That or
now they're going to need a mid card title in NXT,
or because it's been circulating so much that Triple H is creating new titles. So it could be the fact that I brought this up. We're gonna replace it. This still belongs on NXT, but we got a new title for you.
For Solo?
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
New title for him.
Yeah.
What would you call it?
Who knows? At this point, I don't know. The Street Championship.
Nah.
He's the Street Champion.
I wouldn't believe I wouldn't I'm sorry. I wouldn't put the fact past them that they have an opportunity to take a dig at AEW. So what if they call it
All Atlantic?
No, the USA Championship, or because it comes on Fox, the Fox Championship or something like that.
Oh shit!
Oh god! Well, they already got the US Championship.
I know they already got the US Championship. Hey, but
back to
it could be the American Championship.
Just so many different things.
Because North America, South America.
As long as it's not the 24/7 championship, I'm good.
That shit's going bye-bye.
Yeah,
but before we get back into Logan Paul, so if y'all paid attention, NXT has evolved again. It is now back to black and gold.
Or is it white and gold?
Wait, like
they call it black and gold.
White and gold,
yeah. It's back to the old standard. It's no more 2.0.
Thank God.
Look, Triple H was.
Come on, man. This era, man. This era, bro.
The real question is, when is this Triple H honeymoon period going to end? Because you know it is.
It's not.
You know what's so
It
crazy
is.
though?
It is.
When Triple H first announced it, I know we got to finish up because we're starting around the time. But real quick, when Triple H first took over, me personally, I didn't think that we were going to see this type of change just fast.
Yeah.
Or noticeable change.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I thought Triple H was going to come in.
Wean it in.
I thought he was going to change a couple of things.
Maybe at the beginning of the year.
Exactly. But, I mean, he went in and hit the ground
throttle,
man.
Yeah.
Full throttle.
Yeah.
And I have to say, like, since he's taken over,
Mm-hmm.
you can see remember I said it when Triple H, I said, are you going to see like a big 180 turnaround, or do you think it's going to be something over time? Because I was like, I don't think wrestlers are really going to really see the change that Triple H is really going to bring. Nah, we see it. And if we see it from our side,
dude,
I know that
you gave everybody their original name back.
Yeah.
Almost everybody.
Who doesn't have their original name? Well, I think that was I think that was self.
I think that was his decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Walter White. No.
Nah, I like Gunther better than Walter.
Gunther.
I like saying it. I don't like it.
But you got to think Matt Riddle, Austin Theory.
Yes.
Well, Io Shirai is Io Sky now.
Right. I mean, it's some people who change their name and it actually works better for them.
I think Io Sky works better than Io Shirai. I'm just saying, me personally.
And it kind of it doesn't make her so much like Asuka.
But Riddle, it was kind of aggravating.
That was annoying.
Now that is
Theory,
Matt Riddle,
that was annoying.
Theory,
Yeah, Theory was
Austin
annoying.
Theory.
Or think about it. Mustafa Ali.
Got his name back.
So
His came back during the Vince McMahon era.
I know,
which was surprising.
Yeah.
All right, but
so yeah, there was a press conference. Logan Paul will be challenging Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel November 5th for the Undisputed Universal WWE whatever championship. It's just too much to say, man. Great shit.
So what do you think about? Because this is something new too.
Yeah.
What do you think about these press conferences?
Okay, so I'm glad that you brought that up because back to back,
AEW does press conferences.
Yes, I know, but
back to back,
WWE. This is
back to back. Triple H has been there, right by the side. He hasn't interjected himself really, but he's been there for these press conferences. He's making himself known that this is my show.
I'm sorry, man. I just can't get off of how much I love what Triple H is doing. Just the whole back and forth between Roman and Logan on Twitter, and then Triple H chimes in talking about, I just so happen
have a
platform that allows people to settle their disputes. I'm like, yo, this shit is golden. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon would have never.
This was like a WBC press conference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah.
In the jungle about to get physical, Triple H stepped in the middle.
I just need them to bring some type of rating system.
Yeah.
If they can get some type of rating system or some type of contender system in place.
Like they used to.
They used to have one.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's the only thing that's missing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that's missing. I think that will be another aspect that makes watching wrestling so much better. Is to see like, we got top 10.
It could come, at the beginning of next year.
Now, the real question is, do we believe that Logan Paul has any chance of winning?
Man, I'm not going to say no. I don't think that he has a chance of winning the WWE Unified Universal Championship. But if they somehow manage to say, you know what, instead of him challenging for both belts, it'll be just for one, I can see him winning.
Absolutely not.
I can. Could you imagine the money that will bring in for WWE?
It would.
With Logan Paul running around on YouTube with the WWE Championship around his waist. Do you not understand the money that would bring?
Yes. Showing up to Jake when Jake Paul fights Anderson Silva.
Logan
Paul showing up with the WWE Championship.
Oh, gosh. Think about his podcast with the WWE Championship sitting right there on his podcast. Man, like I said, it won't be for both belts because I'd be damned, Logan Paul's not going to be the one to end the streak of Roman Reigns.
I will stop watching wrestling.
Yeah. But if they say that it's just for one belt, Logan's winning. I'm telling you. you're gonna have everybody in the world tuning in to see what the hell he's gonna do on YouTube with this belt.
Now that is something Vince McMahon would do.
Now, realistically, do I see him winning? No. Do I see this being your true test? If you really want to be a WWE superstar, absolutely. I see this being Logan Paul's way of winning a WWE title. Not saying the WWE title, but if Seth Rollins beats Lashley, I definitely see Logan Paul fighting Seth Rollins for the U.S. title and winning.
Okay, let's be honest here. One, Logan Paul signed a multi-year deal with WWE.
Absolutely.
You don't think somewhere in that deal is him winning a championship?
Oh, yeah.
Something.
He's going to win something. Me personally, I just don't think
Logan Paul's too big of a person for it to be anything other than either the Universal or the WWE Championship. That's just my opinion.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think that him having
this is a Bad Bunny.
I don't.
No.
Yeah,
But
no disrespect to Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
But then do we? So
I don't think him having a mid-card title.
But does this count out? But we also got to keep it in mind of, is it going to be like Cody coming back and dethroning Roman? Do we see that more?
Yes, but I see Cody coming back, and I see Cody ending the streak, the 700-plus day Universal Champion. I told you, I can see Logan Paul winning the WWE Championship and then losing it to somebody on Monday Night Raw.
Theory or somebody.
Yeah, something like that. Like, I can see Theory cashing in the title on Logan Paul, or cashing in the Money in Bank on Logan Paul. Logan Paul has it for a month or two. And
okay, so what if that happens is that Theory cashes in at Crown Jewel, but pins Logan Paul?
I can see that.
Yeah.
Logan Paul will have
Roman never lost because he was never pinned.
Logan Paul has his, hey, I was champion for 2 minutes type thing.
No. I'm not saying him winning.
Oh, you're not saying winning.
He's saying it turns to a triple threat.
I can see that too.
And Logan gets pinned.
And Logan gets pinned. That way, it saves the streak and it saves Roman's undefeated. He wasn't pinned.
But it can't. But right now, everything that they've been talking about has been for the unification.
Yeah, I get it.
So it's not. It's not going to happen.
You always keep talking about Paul Heyman doing some kind of loophole.
I definitely said that.
I get that.
I
get what you're saying, but I don't think that they'll do it that way. And the only reason why I said that is because at the end of the day, he's still going to lose. You can't have Roman lose when the Universal Championship is even in the picture. I think it diminishes the 700-plus days.
Well,
that's the only thing.
We got one pay-per-view that's in the middle, and that's Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
Which Roman will not be at.
Huh?
Which Roman will not be at.
No. So there could be something that's going to happen in between that time to go ahead and, you know what? This is what we're going to do. Because you don't get the opportunity to face for the Universal title, but you get the opportunity to face for the WWE Championship.
I'm just so curious on how they're going to break this up.
Because they wanted to. It's been so many reports, but it's just they're trying to pull out so many ideas.
Honestly, the only way I can really see them breaking it up would be like how y'all said with Roman losing and then Paul Heyman coming back with a loophole.
Or Roman has to say, I'm vacating this title.
That too, but that ain't gonna happen.
Saying my title is a Universal title.
Yeah, I'm tired of carrying this. You know, it's baggage, it's weighted down.
I can see him. I've beaten down everybody that there is to beat down. My 700 days.
Yeah,
but I don't see them. I
don't think they will carry their WWE Championship.
Exactly. That is straight up.
That would bury it and make it clearly this second title.
Yes. There will be no relevancy with that WWE Championship if you did that.
So the only other thing is there's also another loophole that you make another championship. You can actually
just combine them.
You combine the WWE and the Universal, and then you make another cornerstone big time championship.
Bring back the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
Nah, they won't do that though.
Who won't?
Triple H will be the one to do it.
No, I think they just make a new one.
Yeah, new version of
the
it.
World Heavyweight Championship.
A new version, maybe. Yeah. All right. But hey, man. So Monday night, got something to look forward. See if Seth Rollins dethroned Bobby Lashley. Interested to see what this dynamic of AEW is going to turn into. like always, we appreciate y'all listening. This is actually a pretty good episode. A lot of controversial employments. Got Trey a little heated, man. We had to turn on the air. But this is Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. This is your boy JD, aka Mr. Mike Drop.
It's your boy Jay, aka Mr. Rant.
It's your boy Trey, aka Treyway.
We are out. This has been a banger.
Hey, recorded the whole time.
Yeah, it did. It finally worked.